All right, what's going on YouTube? How y'all doing? It's T the Best, and I got Roger here with me. Say what's up to the people, Roger.
How's everybody doing tonight?
So
Yes,
we
I
kind
assume
of,
tonight.
oh my gosh, you assume tonight? Nice one. So yeah, we kind of wanted to talk about like our first impressions of Apex Legends. We just got finished playing for about, I want to say about 2 hours or so, and we kind of wanted to go over how we thought about the game, you know, and different aspects of it. So just a little background: I'm a more of a first-person shooter. Roger plays a lot of indies games, so we kind of felt like coming from two different angles as far as this game is. So I guess we'll just start with Roger. So what did you think about the game, Roger?
Oh, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. They brought some different stuff and some stuff we already seen in some of the other battle royale games that worked. I liked how they incorporated. I got actually a little bit of an Overwatch feel on a lot of things, shockingly.
Yeah, I got like a mix between Call of Duty and Overwatch. Like they kind of came together and made one thing. Overwatch, and maybe more so the most recent Black Ops 4, where they have the different legends or whatever, you know, and every legend has this unique ability and this unique thing to them. And I think that's like a lot of battle royales now. They need to find that one thing that makes them better than the other one, or makes them different than the other one. I mean, because right now, Fortnite is top. I mean, we can both agree with this, right? Fortnite is the top, is like the king right now as far as battle royales go.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know what is the close second. I mean, I would just go Call of Duty, but I wouldn't even say that's nowhere near it.
Yeah, so essentially, and we'll kind of talk about what Apex Legends is. Apex Legends is a battle royale made by Respawn Games from EA. Essentially, it's a 60 people in one big map, only with trios, and we'll get to that a little later in the video. And you have different classes for these people. You have a medic, you have an assault person, you have a tank, and then you have a recon, and then so forth and so on. So you have different characters you can choose. It's only trios at the moment. Hopefully they get solos and duos into the game, and it just recently came out on February 4th. So it's free to play. It's on the Origin store, it's on PC, it's on Xbox, it's on PlayStation 4. So if you haven't already, be sure to go check it out. It's a good game, I would think so. So I guess the first mechanic we kind of wanted to get into is the legends. So there's about 8 legends. Each of them have their own unique abilities. I played as most of them. I think Roger, you might have played as 3. I think you found your 3 that were your favorite already.
Yeah, I think I did play with them all, actually, thinking about it now.
Okay.
But yeah, I already got my favorites.
Yeah, I'd have to go with Wraith for mine. I think Wraith was my favorite right there. Like
I like Bloodhound a lot.
Bloodhound was the recon one, right?
Yes, that was the one you could track people to see where they last were. And there's a special ability. Yes, each legend has their special abilities. His was to move faster, and I think that was about it on his, actually, and track a little bit.
Yeah, I think Wraith, she's I guess in this case she's a DPS person. Hers was, she can put teleporters down, and she can move a little bit faster than a lot of other characters as well. And she definitely has a weeb running. I thought this was funny. I saw it, I was just like, this kind of suits it, I guess. So if you like Naruto and stuff like that, they kind of have that Naruto running. Or Roger's case, he likes the whole Attack on Titan run, as he wants to call it. I call it Naruto, he calls it Attack on Titan. So beyond that, but yeah, so each legend has its own, you know, unique abilities. Like I said, Wraith has the what was Wraith's? The teleporting. There's also a medic that can drop down the supply drops occasionally. And what other ones can you think of, Roger, off the top of your head?
I'm horrible with the names, so I apologize. You have the robot that had the grappling hook and zip lines.
Yep, there's that one.
And the other DPS that could do an airstrike, and I cannot remember her normal move.
Gotcha. Yeah, so Wraith is one. Pathfinder is the one with the grappling hook.
Okay.
We also have Mirage. I don't believe we got a chance to play with Mirage yet. I think you have to get, again, loot box coins, and we'll get to that again later on. Lifeline, who is the combat medic. Gibraltar. Yeah, Gibraltar is the one with the shield. Caustic is the toxic trapper. Bloodhound is the technological tracker, and Bangalore is a professional soldier. So those are like the 8 legends that were part of the game so far. Not sure if they're gonna add in more. Like I said, this game just recently came out today, or yeah, today. So there's that. So I guess we'll get into like the first mechanic we kind of know about the game is you can bring your teammate back to life. How do you feel about that?
I actually like that a lot, and if we probably blend into the trios talk here, I think that's why they made it 3 players. Because if you actually have a good team, you can get a guy downed and get their banner, and then bring it to a respawn point, and you can bring them back. I think that's why they did lower the characters, and that mechanic I did enjoy, even though we didn't successfully revive anyone. We did collect it and tried to get to that point. So I
Yeah.
do kind of actually like that. It gives you that second chance and something to work for.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. I guess the trade-off between doing that and trying to stay alive essentially is that if you try to revive somebody, there's stations that are all located around the map. The only thing is it takes forever for you to load it, like to bring that person back. And you'll notice it when you go through the training. You have to go through training before you can play the game. But it shows you the different mechanics as far as that goes. I thought it was pretty interesting. It seemed like something new. It seemed like something refreshing. Whether it can be played to your advantage or not, who knows? So there is that. It's different. They definitely made it so that if you do die and come back, it's a little different. I will say that much. So there is that part. Now let's move on a little bit to the whole solos and duos not being in a game. You think that was a mistake, or do you think this is going to come down later down the line?
It's interesting because usually most games at least do 4-player co-op. Maybe they have the complaints like we had where it's hard to get 4 people, so they try to knock it down to 3. Again, back to the revive thing, I think that's why they did knock it down, because you could get a second chance. So you can almost have like 4 teams if you are able to do that. It is interesting they did not do a single, at least. I could see a single and trios, and cutting out the duos just because. But yeah, I am interested in that. Because if you go in by yourself, you're gonna have to work with 2 other people. And if you split off, it's just not even in your best interest. So
Yeah, no, I mean, I probably have some footage somewhere that'll probably be up on screen of what happens when literally it was myself and Roger. Our teammate chose the location that he wanted to push to. Next thing you know, me and Roger are getting teamed up on by 3 people, and we just didn't know what would happen. So, solos, I think they need to add solos. I think they need to add duos, just for those people that don't have that third. Granted, if you do have a random third, they make it easier for you to communicate, which I do like a lot.
yeah, I did like the overload. Well, we played on PC, so the middle mouse button was our overload, where you could say, I need health, there's a bad guy here. And you can also say, which I found interesting, what you're looking at. So if there was a gun, it would announce to everybody, hey, there's this shotgun or this piece to a gun.
Yeah, I thought that was a great addition. I mean, and again, for myself and Roger, we can only kind of compare this to Fortnite. Fortnite does have like an instance of that, but you can't see it unless you're looking at that person. So if that person has bandages down and they throw up the little bandage thing, you can't really see it. You have to be looking at them. In this case, you don't have to be looking at them. It just pops up on your little mini map or your UI or whatever, and it's just there.
And there's a voice that mentions it too. That's real helpful, because you'll hear like shotgun stock over here.
Yeah, the audio cues are nice. They're very noticeable. You can hear them, and as soon as somebody points it out, you can just, it's like, oh, they're over there, and it just points you there. So I thought that was actually really well done. So I kind of want to get into the UI of the game. Do you think it's too cluttered? Do you think there's not enough? Like, how did you like the HUD?
I actually liked it after a while. It was just trying to get used to it at first. There was some variants, like we were trying to figure out. They're more oriented to how many squads are left, and then tell you the amount of people. So they're trying to emphasize there's this many squads. And even if you get later in the game, the number of people left goes away, so you only know squads.
That was actually, I thought that was a very good thing that they added. Go ahead.
Yeah. Other than that, on the HUD, it was the generic stuff. I did like how I kept the title of the guns because I know I'm usually slow at learning the gun titles. Where like you only have two guns here, a primary and secondary, but you do get to keep the name of the gun, so you start to learn what guns are and stuff easier.
Yeah, I think right now a lot of people are still trying to figure out the guns because I mean I picked up an energy weapon, I think it was, and I'm sitting there like, yo, this joint is nice. Uh, Needless to say, I'm not too sure if it was the greatest thing to pick up at the time.
I did like the color coding of the type of guns you have. Well, it matches the ammo. So we were struggling at the beginning, but like shotgun is like red, energy was like a green, your regular submachine gun bullets was like this yellowish. So you
Yeah,
kind of color based stuff, which I thought was really good.
yeah, they made sure to point that out to. Well, it actually took me a second to realize exactly what it was. I mean, I think I was fumbling around trying to be like, and even Roger, he gave me the call out. He's like, yo, what kind of ammo do you need? I was like, oh, I need SMG. He's like, well, what color? And you don't notice the color until you actually look at your gun panel down in the bottom right hand corner. You'll be able to see it, and you'll see like a little color and all that other stuff. So I think that's okay. But as far as the HUD goes, I think it's a little cluttered. Maybe that's just my opinion. Maybe it's just because I don't like having a lot of stuff around. But it seemed like at times I was kind of fumbling around trying to figure out where's what. Especially with the inventory. That took a second to get used to as well. I'm not sure how you felt about the inventory at all.
Well, the inventory is similar to like the PUBG style because the thing you can pick up, like I mentioned, shotgun stock earlier, you can pick up pieces to your gun. So you have to carry a certain amount of inventory and see how things go. So anytime the menus pop up, I always feel like they're a mess, but I don't know how else better to handle it. I would say the bottom left, if I remember correctly, is everybody's health. That is a big chunk of the bottom left. Like Fortnite, it's a smaller bars up on the top, where I feel like each of these have like a big name tag, the picture of the person. So it does fill up that spot on your screen while you're playing.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think, and it took us a while. I mean, they have armor in the game. They also have a lot of health items, and it seemed like health in the game is not scarce. I mean, we got into a firefight, and Roger and we kept going back and forth in this room, just constantly healing. And until we got pushed. But it seems like ammo is difficult to come by, and it's like if you played Blackout from Call of Duty Black Ops 4, the inventory system is just like that. It seems a little bit less clunky though, but all in all, I kind of enjoyed it. It takes a second to get used to. It might need to be revamped just a tad bit. So, but as far as like first impressions go with the game, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really great. It might take a little bit to get used to. Needless to say, they need to add solos, duos, maybe kind of touch here and there on a few things. Training only goes so far. But to me, I think the game is new, it's fresh, it's something different. It took what Call of Duty Black Ops 4 had, it took something from Overwatch and it combined it into this little game that we have now. And to be honest, only time will tell exactly how it goes. I kind of want to get back into it, play it some more. I probably will after this recording's done. Who knows? I'm not sure how Roger feels about the game. Maybe he might feel differently. I'm not too sure how you feel.
I actually enjoyed it a lot. I probably will play it again, definitely. I am curious if they're going to add more legends, because you do start out with 6 of the 8, and then you can earn or buy the other 2. So I am curious how often they're going to roll out new legends.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how I feel about the loot boxes. I guess only we can kind of tell. Well, only time will tell how the loot boxes go. I mean, granted, this is a EA. EA has had horrible track record with loot boxes. So again, we'll see how that goes. We'll see exactly what they end up bringing in. There's a lot of skins. There's a lot of voice lines. There's a lot of assassinations too. Assassinations are really cool, really well done. But that's kind of like our thought process on the first couple of hours of playing the game. It seems enjoyable. It seems fun. Whether we'll get back into it again, who knows? Maybe eventually when they get crossplay, that'll be something to kind of look into. But that's kind of my thoughts on it. Those are Roger's thoughts as well. I think that's kind of it. I mean, there's not really much else to talk about the game. You got anything else?
I can't think of anything else right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's about it. So that's our first impressions of the game. I say check it out. It's free to play. You don't have to pay nothing. Just have to download the game. It's free now. It's out now. So go ahead and check it out. But that's it for us. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Be sure you like, if you like it, let us know. Tell us down in the comments. Also be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Anytime we put out content, you know when it hits. That's it for me. It's T the Best. I'm out of here. Roger, go ahead, sign off for us.
All right, I'll see y'all.
All right, y'all be easy.